Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, She Plans, She Budgets. In today's video, we'll be going over my savings tracker update, so let's get started. All right, I have my January calendar view opened up right here. This is my 7x9 monthly planner by Erin Condren. So I'm just going to do a quick flip of each spread that we set up for the beginning of January. So this is the calendar view. We did already complete my first week check-in. Next is the monthly budget spread. Then we have my expense log. Here is the check-in. And as mentioned, we did week 1 together. Feel free to check out my last video. And we also have the sinking funds with the weekly balance. And then lastly is the savings tracker. So this is what we'll be updating today. All right, so for my savings tracker, we're going to update this. And this will be based on the first 2 paychecks from the beginning of January, which came on the 1st and the 3rd. Alrighty, so the first thing we're going to track, we made 2 transfers, and they both happened on the 5th. So I'm just going to write down the 5th. For the first transfer, it was from our paychecks, and it was towards account number 2. And just to clarify real quick, so account number 2 is tracked on this sheet. Account number 1 is tracked in the weekly balance, just so it's no confusion. So this weekly balance tracks account number 1, the checking account, and this tracks our second checkings account. So the total amount that was saved was our full amount of $5,033 with 0 cents. And that's to go towards our 1 month ahead goal of the same amount, so that we can have all of our money up front for the following month. So basically we just take the bill money from our current paychecks to put towards the next month. So this amount is to cover all of the bills and expenses for February. So I can just actually write that here, February's expenses. And that's again for our 1 month ahead savings goal. So that balance is $5,033. And this goal starts over every month. So we can actually mark this off. The current amount in checkings account number 2, $5,033, and that's at 100%. So that goal is completed already for the month of January. Next, our starter emergency fund down here, this goal was achieved in December of last year, so I already have that marked as done. And I just want to keep track of it here because I have my starter emergency fund along with the car savings in my high yield savings account. So that's just how I'm able to keep track of the balance that's in there. So for the next account, it will be high yield savings. And what we moved in there on the 5th was $882 even. And this is towards the car savings. So I'm going to keep track of what's in there currently plus what we're adding. So last month we had $644.40 saved from December. For January, in week 1, we're saving an additional $882. So that means towards the car savings, we have $1,526.40 so far. So I'll keep track of that right here. That way I don't have to keep looking back each month. So 15, 26, 40. All right. So at the end of the month, I'm going to keep track of the balance at the end of January because we do have 2 more paychecks coming up for the month of January. This is a magic month. So after the next 2 paychecks, we'll finalize the amount that's in there and keep track of our percentage to see how close we are towards our goal of $20,000. So far, we plan on reaching this by July of 2024, by the end of July. And we do have a hard stop in July. So starting in August, we will resume saving towards our emergency fund. And that will be the 3-month emergency fund. And also at the end of the month, we will keep track of how much we was able to save at the end of the month in total. Alrighty. So now I'm just going to go ahead and flip to the back. I keep some additional spreads back here in the note section in the back of my planner. And I do have videos of all of these spreads that I set up already. So this is the emergency fund. This is my Q1 budget for 2024 for January, February, March. Same thing for the sinking funds. This will be Q2. This will be Q1 budget results, Q2 budget results. Then I have my yearly bill tracker, and I have been keeping it updated for January. Okay, and then this is where I'll lay down the stickers for Q3, Q4 that I did already purchase from My Olive Blue, who is linked down below in the description box if you're interested in any of the stickers in the back, because these stickers I did not create myself. I did purchase them from My Olive Blue. All right, and then here are the Q3 and Q4 budget results. I laid these down already, but I still need to lay down the other ones. All right, so this is the back where my trackers start. So the 1 month ahead status, we did achieve this back in November of 2023. And at the time, our goal was $49.25, but we have since increased it to $50.33. So we have this already fully colored in because we already in the 1 month ahead status, and we just maintain it every month. So this side is the starter emergency fund. Our goal was $1,500. We were able to achieve that in December of last year. Here is the 3-month and 6-month emergency fund, and this is just where we are so far based on our $1,500. And then right here is the car savings tracker. All right, and as you can see, I already have 3 squares colored in because, again, we left off in December with $644.40. And from our first 2 paychecks, we added an additional $882. So now we should be at $15.26.40. Since each square is worth $200, I'm just going to divide that by $200, this $1,500 amount, which means I should have 7 whole squares colored in. So since I already did 3, I can color in 4 more. And I'm going to go ahead and use this teal color. It's called Peacock Green. So I'll just use this teal color. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is giving me the same feels I had when I was paying off my student loan debt. Or I keep saying student loans, but when I was paying off all of my debt, because I had student loans, credit cards, medical bills, private loans, yeah, all of that. So this is reminding me of how I used to feel coloring these trackers in, reaching my goals and moving in the right direction to put myself in a better financial standing. And if any of you are not familiar with my debt-free journey, I do have a debt-free playlist on my channel that you can watch. I started paying off my debt seriously in 2019. 2019 wasn't filmed. I didn't join YouTube until 2020. So that's when the debt-free journey in the playlist starts in 2020. But you see all the progress I've made between then and February of 2022, which is when I became debt-free officially. So it's been almost 2 years since I paid off my last debt, which will be 2 years in February next month, which is like kind of crazy to think about how time really flies. But that's why it's good to put whatever you can towards your debt, or put anything you can towards your savings, because even if it feels like not a lot of money and you could just do something else to give yourself immediate gratification, it's good to still pay it off, just because you never know what might happen, or you know, you might think you're only putting away or paying down $100-$200 a month, but time do fly, and in 2 years that's what, like $12,000 if you do $200. I'm lying. That math is not $12,000. But you get what I'm saying. Like, the time is going to pass anyway, so you might as well do yourself a favor by paying off your debt or putting money in your savings, because every amount adds up. So I have my 4 squares colored, and I'm just going to keep using this color for the rest of the month of January, and then I'll keep track of the month once I make my last transfer for savings. So on my way towards the $5,000 mark. I'll be so excited when I get there. Don't think I'll get there this month in January, but we'll be there soon. And for anyone that's not aware, in the back of my planner, I did decide to keep track of what my debt-free journey looked like. This is more so as a reminder to me of what I can do, like how I can be responsible with money, because sometimes it's hard to do the responsible thing and do what you're supposed to do, because, you know, sometimes your wants might feel bigger than your needs, and you definitely have to check that on a monthly basis. I know I did during this journey. I definitely learned my financial behaviors, which is helping me now with saving money for whatever I want to save it for. So this is just a quick flip of what my debt looked like in general. And again, I put this in the back of my planner just to keep me motivated when it gets tough and I don't want to save. I'd rather spend because there's something new I want to buy, or or a trip I want to take, or what have you. This just motivating me to like stick to the plan, because I'm gonna be in a better place and much happier once I achieve my financial goals. So that's why I have this back here, because again, next month will hit 2 years since I paid off my very last debt. And actually the very last debt was Great Lakes student loan number 5, but on here I have it marked as student loan number 9. So this was my official last debt. I didn't pay them all in the exact, like, what's it called? I don't remember. The snowball method. So I used the snowball method mostly, but you know, at some points I was jumping around, but regardless, it all got paid, so that's all that matters. All right, so that is it. So I'm up to square number 7 with my car savings. So that's about $1,500, and our goal is $20,000. But again, we have a hard stop in July, at the end of July. So even if we don't meet the $20,000, we'll just use whatever we save to put towards a new car and just go from there. We're not gonna stress about hitting the numbers. The fact that we just set a goal and we're making the moves in the right direction to meet those goals is the direction we want to be moving in. And we're just going to give ourselves grace, because life does happen where we might have to reassess our budget, or, you know, move money around. So whenever that happens, we'll just cross that bridge when we get there. I was just thinking maybe I should just end on this page. All right, so that's basically everything for today's video. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.